Now we are going to discuss the exempted income under the Income Tax Act. Every income earned by a person in India is taxable unless it is specifically exempted by the Income Tax Act 1961. Section 10 of the Income Tax Act deals with the income which are fully exempt from taxes. We are now going to discuss some of the exempted income which are specified in section 10. The first one is an agricultural income. Agricultural income, we have already discussed what is the agricultural income. Any income derived from the land which is situated in India and used for the agricultural purpose. It is fully exempt from tax under section 10 subsection 1. Because India is an agricultural country, most of the revenue is come from the agriculture. So, if any person receives any income from the agriculture, it is fully exempted, provided he has no other income. If he has no other income, that is non-agricultural income, so he is liable to pay income tax and get a rebate on the agricultural income. Second, any sum received from by the member of the HUF, from the HUF அவருக்கு வருஷ கடைசியில் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய அவருடைய ஷேர் ஆஃப் இன்கம் இஸ் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃப்ரம் டாக்ஸ் அண்டர் செக்ஷன் 10 சப்செக்ஷன் 2. Subsection 3 deals with the share of profit received by the partner of the firm from the partnership firm. Partnership firm இருந்து அவருக்கு கொடுக்கக்கூடிய ஷேர் ப்ராஃபிட், அவருக்கு வரக்கூடிய ஷேர் ஆஃப் ப்ராஃபிட் இஸ் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃப்ரம் டாக்ஸ். Then interest received by a non-resident on prescribed securities, specified securities. The securities are specified by the central government. The interest from such specified securities are exempted to the non-resident under subsection 4. And subsection 5 of section 10 deals with the leave travel concession. The employer provides a benefit to the employee to reimburse the travelling expenses which is used by the family of the employee once in 4 years. 4 வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை அந்த எம்ப்ளாயி அவருடைய ஃபேமிலியோட எங்கேயாவது ஒரு ஃபேமிலி டூர் போயிட்டு வரலாம். அதுக்கு போயிட்டு வரதுக்கு உண்டான செலவை அவர் எம்ப்ளாயர்கிட்ட ரீஇம்பர்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். இந்த 4 வருஷத்துல ஒரு தடவை அவருக்கு இப்படி ஒரு பெனிஃபிட் கொடுக்காங்க எம்ப்ளாயர் கவர்மெண்ட்ல. ஸோ அப்படி வாங்கக்கூடிய ரீஇம்பர்ஸ்மெண்ட் இஸ் ஃபுல்லி எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃப்ரம் டேக்ஸ். தென் சப்செக்ஷன் 7 ஆஃப் செக்ஷன் 10 deals with the any allowances or perquisites paid or allowed to the employees of government. It is applicable to government employees, that is the exemption is available to the government employees who is working abroad for rendering services. So allowances and perquisites, not salary. வெளிநாட்டில் வேலை பார்க்கக்கூடிய கவர்மெண்ட் எம்ப்ளாயிக்கு கொடுக்கக்கூடிய அலவன்சஸ் இஸ் எக்ஸம்ட் ஃப்ரம் டாக்ஸ், நாட் எ சேலரி கிடையாது. Then death cum retirement gratuity, section 10. Gratuity is a lump sum payment made by the employer to his employee at the time of his retirement or death of the employee. We will discuss the provisions of section 10(10) in detail in the next chapter. And commuted pension refers to a lump sum amount received by the employee from the employer at the time of retirement. This is provided in section 10 subsection 10a. This will also be explained in the next chapter. Then leave salary. Leave salary refers to the amount received by the employee in respect of leave not availed during the service. அவருடைய சர்வீஸில் அவருக்கு உண்டான லீவை அவர் எடுக்கலை அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் அவருக்கு சம்பளம் கொடுப்பாங்க. அந்த லீவு நாளுக்கு உண்டான சம்பளத்தை கொடுப்பாங்க. அந்த சம்பளத்துக்கு லீவ் சேலரின்னு பேர். The leave salary received at the time of retirement is exempt from tax. This will also be discussed in the next chapter. This is section 10AA. Compensation for voluntary retirement. Any amount received by the employee at the time of voluntary retirement is exempted subject to certain terms and conditions specified under subsection 10C. Life insurance policy maturity amount. The maturity amount or sum assured received at the time of maturity of an LIC policy is exempted subject to certain conditions and exemptions available to the insurance company under section 10D, subsection 10D. Repayment from the statutory provident fund or public provident fund. Any lump sum payment received from the public provident fund or the statutory provident fund is exempted under subsection 10. Repayment from the recognized provident fund. The repayment lump sum amount received by the employee in respect of his contribution and his employer contribution together with the interest is received at the time of retirement. It is totally exempt from tax under subsection 12. House rent allowance. The house rent allowance is given to meet the cost of rent of a house, residential house, to the employee. It is given by the employer. It is exempted subject to the provisions of section 1013A, which will be discussed in the next chapter. Special allowances. Certain special allowances given to the employees on the occasion of special circumstances. Suppose an employee is posted in the hill area, he is given an additional allowance. This allowance is exempted. So just like this, there are certain allowances which are prescribed under subsection 14. They are special allowances which are exempt from tax subject to certain limit. Education scholarship are granted by the government or any organization to meet the cost of education of his children of an employee is exempted under subsection 16 of section 10. Daily allowances of MPs and MLAs. Daily allowances received by the MLA, MP and MLCs are exempted under subsection 17. And income of the local authority. Local authority means the Panchayat Union, municipalities or municipal corporations. They are receiving revenues from the letting out of shops and buildings. They are receiving rental income. And any income by the local authority from the supply of water, electricity and house building or any commercial building is exempted under subsection 20. Then income from an approved scientific association and approved charitable institution or educational institution is exempted under subsection 21 and 23C. Income of a trade union is exempt under subsection 24. And subsidy received by the tea board is exempted under subsection 30. And income of a minor child is exempted up to 1,500 per child per annum. A child artist may earn an income. He is entitled to 1,500 rupees per annum. It is exempted. Dividend from the domestic companies is exempted under subsection 34.